Isn't it curious that sometimes we're such sticklers for the meaning of a particular word? Maybe it's a throwback from vocabulary quizzes in grade school. It seems most of us are quite comfortable with the conventional use of language. We use the words we know to communicate. We limit ourselves when we speak with each other to the vocabulary we believe is available. A close look reveals the truth, though, that language is constantly evolving. As a people moving through history, we've been changing the words we use to suit our fancy. Of particular interest to this website is the power that words have to change us. Of even more concern is the observation that the English language appears to be missing some words. A catastrophe from where I stand, but I admittedly have a tendency to go overboard sometimes. Some of what is spilling overboard has become this blog. Those missing words, ideas, and experiences that they evoke in us didn't just get lost one day like a sock in the laundry, but rather never made it into the English language. Being the sort of person who doesn't want to miss out on anything that's fun, legal, and healthy, I've a mind to change that. I call this not-so-secret mission to discover secret words in hiding, playing with words. I've been doing this for years in the classroom and now offer it as a word of the week on this website. This evolution of language wasn't so noticeable in the past. You might have noticed the ME or the LAT or OF symbols when looking up a word in the dictionary, suggesting your word, the one you were looking for and found, came from some other word, words, or language. But the change, the evolution of language, doesn't seem to matter much to most of us, unless of course you're a dictionary editor. It seems that in addition to economists and meteorologists, dictionary editors will always have a job, even though what they do and evaluate and monitor and document is very much like trying to catch flying sand on a windy day at the beach. Like sand, words and the meaning they attempt to convey are constantly shifting, moving, circulating, disappearing. Nowadays, words like email can appear, presto changeo, right out of thin air. Our language won't stand still. It's constantly evolving. Lately, that evolving is speeding up to keep up with a rapidly changing world. This is tricky, sticky, slippery territory, this using words to communicate thing we humans have come to depend on. Language is always changing, attempting to describe what we as a people are doing, believing, and experiencing. And well, our doing and believing and experiencing have been things that have never stood still, not for one nanosecond of human history. The change we see in the way we use words, it turns out, is simply a reflection of our continuous growth, the changes humanity has gone through over a long period of time. Words inform us, change us, inspire us, motivate us. We are people of the word, and the changing meaning of our vocabulary is clear evidence that we too are changing, even if we don't realize it. Yogis use the word satmya to describe participating in deliberate, wholesome, gradual change. This sort of change is similar to evolutionary change in that it's incremental change over time that's almost imperceptible. There's a subtle but significant difference, though, between satmya and evolution that the approach of this website uses as a strategy. Satmya suggests we can choose to be responsible and involved in wholesome, gradual change. In the current climate of rapid-fire changes in science and technology and information overload that comes along with all of that, we can choose to counter those stresses on our nervous system with simplicity and play. On this website, we're taking a step off the treadmill of daily life and choose to participate in wholesome activities that are generally available to most people. These activities, when practiced daily, have the potential to create gradual, lasting change, moving us deep into the capacity to dwell in a state of relaxed focus that can be described as being at peace. This is a singular notion of this site, that your peace, the world's peace, is something that can be cultivated. We approach it through playing with words and practicing simple techniques that utilize the mind-breath-body connection. In the beginning, phase 1, the very, very, very beginning, we were clearly a surviving sort of species, running around, most of the time presumably naked, afraid, and hungry. Once we figured out how to make a spear and start a fire, We got the ball, or rather the wheel, rolling, and we were well on our way to phase two, evolving into a getting better and bigger and more stuff sort of species. And now, with the advent of the mysterious thing we're communicating with in this exact moment, the World Wide Web, we're well on our way and in the midst of the early stage of phase three, becoming an understanding how to reconnect to what matters most sort of species. We've happily adapted all sorts of new lingo for phase three of our humanity. Internet, cell phone, email, text messaging, all uploading seamlessly into our collective vocabulary with virtually no resistance. New thing, new activity, new word, no problem.